No mai haere mai, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to Fraser Park, where we join us for the running of the Softball New Zealand presentation of the 2025-2026 National Open Club Championships for Women. And that was a lot to say to start off. I'm Gary Rohihi for Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting. I'll be your play-by-play commentator in this one. Joining me in colour commentary, and my pleasure to welcome along Chris Stephenson. Chris, welcome along, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, everyone.
No problem at all, mate. Look, we've got a game in front of us on Diamond 1 here, and it is Sorensen Field. We're on Diamond 1 at Fraser Park, and it's Ramblers taking on Auckland United. So we've got an Auckland derby out there in front of us. Ramblers currently are actually leading the ball game. We've had one inning complete as we've had a couple of technical difficulties getting up and running. Ramblers out there in their, what colour would we call that, Chris? Maroon?
Yeah, traditional maroon for Ramblers, yeah.
For Ramblers, yep, and you see Marist United out there in their red colours. So two distinct teams there, an Auckland derby, 1-0 to Ramblers after one complete inning. Chris, National Open Women's Club Championships, mate. Is this your first one, or have you attended a few? Or?
No, it's my first one. So pretty nervous, but pretty excited. I watched the 9 o'clock round versus Tots Park versus Johnsonville.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
Oh, it was an awesome game.
Yep.
When I left, it was about 3-0 to TP. But some outstanding plays already.
Yeah. Good
pitching, good hitting, lots of talk, and the girls look like they're having fun for the Nationals.
Excellent. Well, I think we're in for an action-packed week. We're on Diamond 1 all day, every day of the tournament, right through to the grand final, whoever happens to reach it. Auckland United out there in the batter's box right now is number 1, Jamie Hawani. She comes in the 4th spot, actually. And just while I've mentioned the batters, we'll run you through their whole order. We'll start at the top of the order, which I've already been through in the first inning. Ava Prescott led off for them, followed by Rhea Atkins. Layla Jade Munga came in at 3, and that was the first 3 out in the first inning. Jamie Hawani, followed by Rihanna Hill, Sky Weatherly, Christina Harris, Shaylin Lee Wilson, and rounded out by Holly Howard, comes in at number 9. Defensively out there for Ramblers, we'll start you out at right field. Jessie Jackson at right, Ruby Nola at centre, Armani Tuamavavi at left, Alexa Lakatina at shortstop, Alia Hinari at third base, at second is Gabriel Murari, Karstein Fuimaono at first base, Margolian Merckx is the pitcher, and she is pitching to Charisse Kestrip Caldwell. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, if I've butchered some of those names. Many of them I'm seeing and saying for the first time. But yeah, we'll get used to it as the tournament goes on. Nice strike out there for pitcher Merckx.
Yeah, it looks like Merckx is hammering the inside corner. She keeps coming back to it and working it, and it seems to be working. Liam's giving her those calls, so we'll see if she continues with that.
Yeah, it's interesting. They normally set up in a spot, and if they can see immediately that a team's struggling with it. Inside's a good one to start with because it is very hard for batters to turn on that and time a good hit. But I do think in the first inning we saw the Auckland United pitcher working a bit more to the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what first inning's all about. First few batters is seeing what works, working all around the zone, seeing what Liam's going to call.
Yeah. So that's Liam, the home plate umpire?
Yeah, Liam Stewart. He's a Hutt Valley umpire.
Yeah.
Back in his playing days, he was a Parapun player.
Yeah, well, I said to you off air that I think he played softball with my son Johnson Rohihi. And I do believe they may have gone back-to-back with the Prem 2 championship, that Parramatta Plum team. So, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. But no, Liam said he's a better umpire than player.
Well, that's a hard thing to admit, you know. Most guys tend to say how awesome they were, especially when they're talking to their kids.
No, Liam's a good umpire too. He's easy to deal with. I actually quite like when he's umpiring games. You can ask him what's happening, you can talk to him, and he'll admit if he's wrong, which is hard for an umpire, like you say.
2 ball, 2 strikes. Number 35, Rihanna Hill here in the top of the second innings. 1-0 to Ramblers. It is. Fouls that one back to the fence. We're in the booth. You can see us there. You might see me waving in the background there. Yep, there we go. So we've got nearly as good a view as Liam Stewart of the diamond.
Yeah, it's a nice job to spoil that pitch off there. Again, coming back, working the inside of the plate. It would be nice to see if Ramblers can just change it up, just to see what Liam's zone's going to be for Ramblers pitching, because she's thrown a lot of inside. So
interesting. It's good to see the batter taking Sky Weatherly. It actually is number 6 taking the pitcher deep into account. Obviously has an eye for the middle of the zone as she's swinging away at anything in the strike zone.
Yeah, she's protecting the plate, but she's also aggressive on them.
Yeah.
She pulled that one down the third base line.
Could just make the pitcher think twice about that inside pitch as well if she's turning on it reasonably quickly and getting a good piece of the bat on it. Nice pitch. Well, Margaline Merckx, I'm going to say, is not a local. Possibly an import, because certainly she's a very good pitcher, and I don't remember seeing her in New Zealand teams age grade and things before. So there she goes. She completes the third out with a strikeout here in the top of the second innings, and it is Ramblers who are leading the ball game by 1-0 over Marist United. We'll be back with more action when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Sorensen Field here at Fraser Park on Diamond 1. We've got the Women's National Club Championship, Ramblers from Auckland taking on Marist United for Auckland. There we see number 27 for Ramblers is Charisse Kestrip-Caldwell. Grounds out at first base for the first out in the bottom of the second inning, She'll be replaced by number 15, Karsten Fuimaono. Bottom of the second innings now, ladies and gentlemen. Ramblers are winning the ball game by 1-0 over Marist. We'll just quickly run you through the Ramblers batting lineup. We'll start at the top of the order. Gabriel Murari, followed by Ruby Nola, Naomi Giacometti, then Alexia Lacantina, Charisse Kestrip-Caldwell out there at the moment, Karsten Fuimaono, followed by Alia Henari, Armani Tuimavave and Jessie Jackson is their 9 hitters for the inning. Nice pitch and a nice hard swing out there for a strike. Karsten Fuimaono coming in from the left side of the batter's box out there. Powerful looking athlete. Defensively for Marist United out there, we'll just quickly run you around the outfield. Holly Howard at right, Araya Atkins at centre, Sky Weatherly at left. Shortstop Ava Prescott, in the hot corner is Charlene Lee Wilson. Second base Corey Batts, first base Layla Jade Manga. Rihanna Hill out there doing the pitching to Jamie Hawani behind the dish. We saw a game previous to this one that was a bit of a blowout. Chris, I think it was Saints over Sydenham Kereru 13-0. But looks like this one's going to be a little bit of a different story. Nice pickup.
Yeah, nice pickup there. They obviously thought number 15 there, Castine, was a powerful hitter. The first baseman was playing right behind first there, so obviously know something about it. But it was good. Good at bat, worked a full count and then ground out. But nice play by Marist there.
2 down, number 1, Alia Hinati up to bat now for Ramblers.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just a bee came through as she went in the batter's box there.
I think umpire Stewart moves quicker than any of the players there, Liam.
Again, there's contrasting pitching styles here. Marist seems to work on the outside of the plate.
Yeah.
Ramblers consistently inside.
Good to see new batteries. There's a couple of girls and pitchers and catchers out there that I haven't seen. So kind of introduce yourself to new teams out there. Club championships tend to do that as well. Bring into a thing a lot of players you don't normally see at tournaments, or might not see at tournaments, I should say.
Yeah.
Rep tournaments and things, although there's plenty of them sprinkled around.
No, New Zealand's had a great summer for tournaments.
Yeah.
We just finished with the Evergreens down here
last
week, which was a pretty good softball to watch. I think it was Southland come out the winner there.
Did you play yourself?
No, I actually had back surgery last week.
Oh, wow.
So I had a spinal fusion.
Oh, good to see you up and around there.
Yeah. But it was good to watch. Then you can sort of make better judgments.
True. It's easy to judge from the sidelines like we're doing, eh?
Especially for the Evergreens, the mind still works, but the body's
sometimes
not
the bodies weren't quite there. Yep, the hardest workers of that tournament would have been the physios.
I think the beer tent did a pretty good job
it
too.
Definitely was the most crowded part. There we go. There's a nice walk in there by Hinati as she heads down to first base to be replaced by Armani Atui Mavave. Ramblers now with a runner at 1-2 down here in the bottom of the second innings.
It'd be interesting what Donny and Ramblers does here. The runner number 5, Summer Himata, is coming in as a DR. Last time she tried stealing the second was out on the tag, but the runner scored. That's how Ramblers got their first run. So it'd be interesting to see if Donny sends her first pitch or if just lets her get hit around.
Yeah, one of the features in the last couple of years was just how aggressive coaches have become with their plays, and they're not scared to try things. Something that's emerged for me and become a feature of all games at all levels is the re-emergence of the squeeze play. Drops that down in front. Can't beat it out though, and that's the third out here, taking it first base. Here we go, 2 innings complete. It's Ramblers that cling to a tenuous lead, 1-0 over Marist United. We'll be back with more action in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Ballpark, where we're on Sorensen Field. Diamond 1 action here at the Women's National Open Championship for softball. We've got a beautiful day here at Fraser Park, a bit of high cloud and plenty of the large yellow ball in the sky, raining the sunshine down on us. Started out as a cooler morning, but I think probably heading towards 20 degrees, which I think is about the high for today. And it is Ramblers currently leading the ball game here in the top of the third innings by 1-0 over Auckland United. Christina Harris, number 4, who comes in as the DP in the batting lineup for Auckland. I keep calling them Auckland United. Sorry, guys, it's Marist United. I will get used to it.
Yeah, well, I guess a relatively new club, isn't it?
Yes.
With what we heard before, the two clubs joined about 3 years ago. Both were sort of finding numbers difficult, so to strengthen the game, they merged together, which is a great call. I think it's all the better for softball.
Good on them for doing that too, and it's made them probably have a whole team where both clubs might not have had a team. So getting used to saying Marist United is going to be there's a nice hit straight up the middle. Gets fielded out there as centre field by Ruby Nola, but not before the batter's got a stand-up single, and there's a good way to get her team going. Marist United, runner at 1 with number 11, Charlene Lee Wilson, up to bat now. Good piece of hitting, straight up the middle there.
Oh, beautiful. Hit hard, too. You can hear the beautiful crisp sound off the bat.
Yeah.
You see Ramblers now going to a traditional sort of bunt play scenario. The corners are moving in, so it'll be interesting if Maris looks to push that run around or whether they are just going to sort of go to hitting.
Well, with your coach's hat on there, Chris, you know that having bodies in motion on the bases gives them options about what to do and when to do it.
Yeah, and pressure, getting the ball in play creates pressure.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they go there. But yeah, I'm one for doing the basics well. Get the bunt down, move the run around, let the rest of the team score them, bat them in.
Some nice aggressive running. Yep, it's always good to see. Nice inside pitch. Strikes out the batter. She's racking them up now. That's her third strikeout in 3 innings. Runner at 1. They go back to the top of the order. That will be number 5, Ava, number 2. Sorry, Holly Howard at the bottom of the order. I'll catch up, ladies and gentlemen. 1 down to the strikeout, which was Charlene Lee Wilson. Holly Howard comes in the 9 spot for Marist United.
Yep, Ramblers still playing a pretty tight defence, waiting for the short game. The corners are in.
Bit of a wave at a high pitch there. Been impressed with the pitching of both pitchers so far in the ball game. Margaline Merckx out there for Ramblers does seem to have a little bit more power to her pitching. Good control of some of her movement as well.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful little spin on the ball.
Yeah.
I'm just watching it sort of come through here in the commentary booth. So apparently this is her second year in New Zealand. So she
okay.
Yeah, she goes back to her homeland is Holland.
She's Dutch.
Yeah. So was it Queen Walker for good morning?
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my son. He had a couple of seasons in Holland.
Yeah. I think the only 2 words I know is yeah. Being yes. But no, but the second year makes life a little bit easier because she'll know the batters now.
Yeah.
A little bit better. And pick off at first base.
There's a nice pick off there for the 3rd out. And that gets the job done. 1, 2, and 3 in the end done. There we go now. That is the top of the 3rd innings finished off. Ramblers still leading the ball game by 1-0. We'll be back to see what happens in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Sorensen Field, where we have Diamond 1 action for you. Marist United taking on Ramblers. Two teams from Auckland going head-to-head here. Now we're in the bottom of the third innings. And it is Ramblers that enjoy a small lead of only 1-0. Chris, 3 innings into the game now. It looks like it's going to be a tight one.
Oh, it certainly does. Both pitches have been really aggressive. The batters looking to move the ball. Marist would probably be a little bit disappointed they didn't do more with that. With the base runner there and being picked off as the sort of cardinal sin on first base.
True. Just got caught looking there in the previous at bat at Marist United, thrown out at 1. Nice play by the heads-up play by the Ramblers catcher to catch her out there. But we are already seeing some pretty high-quality softball in this game. 3 balls, 1 strike on the batter out there, who I don't seem to have a number 13. Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, batting in the 9 hole. And playing right field as well.
That might be why I had 2 9s. One in the left column and one in the right column.
Yeah, and you're looking at the body language of Coach Johnny Hale at third base here. He looks nice and relaxed. He's not sort of too worried. He's just looking to get some runners on so he can do some coaching.
One of the legends of our game, as we see Pop Fly out getting under it at third base. Had to wait for a long time, but the first out has been made.
Yeah, and if you notice a lot of New Zealand legends of our game, they're very, very humble. I was speaking to Donnie before the game as well. I said, is there anything you want me to mention? Being a legend in the game? He said, no, just focus on the ladies. Focus on the ladies.
Good on him.
Yeah, he's always been a humble guy.
Well, he's back at one of the scenes of one of the most famous pitches in all of softball.
Yeah, I know that picture.
Yeah. I was here the day he hit that ball, and from what I could see, it was still flying out there now somewhere. It went that deep. But yeah, what an amazing piece of softball memorabilia that photo has become. Nice hit. This time it's shortstop. Does a great job to get it. Fires it across the diamond, and that is an incredible out by the Marist United infield. Brilliant piece of play.
Oh, that was excellent. Doug Hill, the umpire at first base, rewarding a great defensive play there.
Well, hopefully we can get another look at that, because the full body stretch to pick that off the ground, and then the speed to get up on her knees, fire it across the first base. There's a highlight reel just waiting to happen, that one. There's a nice pitch on the inside this time. Rihanna Hill. Pulls the strings on that one, takes the speed off it, and it's Ruby Nola out there in the batter's box right now. 2 down here in the bottom of the third innings. Things ticking along nice and quickly in this ball game. This time she's popped one into shallow centre field. Nice job by the centre fielder out there, Raya Atkins. Makes a bit of ground in to take that catch. 1, 2, and 3 in the end. An exciting 3 outs for the third inning complete. 1-0 to Ramblers. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the top of the fourth innings. Things moving along quite quickly. And it is Ramblers 1-0 over Marist United. And we've seen some wonderful defence by Marist in the previous innings to keep Auckland out of that, Ramblers out of that one. I keep wanting to say Auckland, Chris. It is 2 Auckland teams, we should remember, but I don't have to keep reminding everybody every 2 seconds. We saw some great defence in that previous innings, and we were just wondering off air what it might take to break this game open. Chris, I mentioned that both teams were now starting to go through their second look at the pitches, and normally in most games that's a dangerous time for pitches.
Yeah, it certainly is. Especially the first game of the Club Nationals here for them. There'll be a little bit of nerves, and they've just come down. They want to get off to a good start. So the second time around, you've gone through, you've seen what they throw, you can sort of adjust, you get the timing.
Yep.
We were talking off air. We're wondering if we get a few runners on, what's going to happen to either of these teams. But they're making these girls are athletic. These ladies, sorry, and they're making the plays look easy. Making
the plays, and you did mention in about first innings that about building pressure. The defence has defused that pretty nicely for both teams.
Yeah, and I think Marist needs to feed off that last play by the shortstop, throwing off her knees. That was a great play. So if Marist needs to get up here and get excited and get some runners on, and follow that momentum.
Inspirational, but there's another strikeout from Merckx. That was the top of the order for Marist United. And that was Ava Prescott who struck out for 5 strikeouts by my reckoning. Bringing to bat now number 47, Raya Atkins. But you talked about building pressure, and the defence have just managed to keep that away for now. With Ramblers, nice there. Both players ignoring the big leather things on their other hands.
Great play. The smile that goes with it too. Yeah. Look at her there. She's happy. She's pumped about that.
So there was a open-handed pickup followed by a throw to first base, who used their open hand, non-gloved hand to catch it.
We just spoke about athleticism.
Yep. There's a fine example of it right there. So Atkins it was who became the second out. Layla Jade Munga up to bat now. Here we go in a near repeat. Good to see them smiling and enjoying themselves, but that's 3 down. And these innings are going by in the blink of an eye. We've now got top of 4. Ramblers still leading the ball game by 1-0 over Marist United. Find out what they can do when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Fraser Ballpark, Sorensen Field, Diamond 1 action here between Marist United and Ramblers. Both teams from Auckland, 1-0 to Ramblers here in the bottom of the 4th innings. And what has been a tight but exciting game so far. Ramblers are the only team to have taken advantage of a scoring situation. Otherwise, both teams have found it hard to get runners past second base. Up to bat for Ramblers is number 18, Naomi Giacometti, and she just Hits a moonshot out to right field that falls down in front of the right fielder out there. Holly Howard couldn't take it, so she's safe at first base.
Nice little celebration to go with that as well. Not sure what that meant, but Alexia had something there.
She did. Alexia Lacantina, number 22, up to bat now.
Yeah, so dual citizen, I don't know if you call it that, but nationalities anyway. So from what we're told earlier pre-game, so she hails from America and Italy.
Oh, well, there we go. And she's hit the ball hard out to right field, and we were just talking about it. It's gone straight off the fence on the full. That is a big hit out there. The runner from 1 has scooted all the way around to 3. Lacantina standing up at first base on a great piece of batting by Ramblers, and they are definitely underway in this innings with runners on the corners.
Yeah, so this is where sort of what Ramblers are known for, aren't they? Putting pressure on. So runners 1 and 3, so they'll be looking to move that runner from first, I'd imagine.
Yes, they excel at it. And you just look at the legends they've got coaching their teams. I know he wasn't there this year, but Nathan Nuku for the men up until before this year. There's another hard hit. This one time it's heading out to left field. Definitely going to score the runner from 3. Fielded out there as it comes back in. And we talked about the need to apply pressure. Well, Ramblers have upped the ante in this innings and have increased the lead 2-0 over Marist.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. Just sat back, smoked that one. A nice line drive.
Runners are 1 and 2. Into bat is number 15, Castine Fuimaono.
Yeah, it looks like Ramblers trying to apply some pressure here. The attempted bunt, if it was a strike, was going to be put down. First base, I noticed, is playing right back. Third base has come forward as well.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit of cunning out there from Donny, but they've been long hitting for the last 3 batters in a row. All of a sudden, looking to drop it down in front. It's a total change from what we've just seen.
Yeah, and the good thing about even faking bunt is, or showing bunt, is it gets the defence thinking.
Yeah.
It gets them moving, and you get to see as a coach who's moving, who's not, who's cheating.
Yeah, sometimes you think, well, you know, they don't look like they're noticing much out there, but guys of that level are noticing everything. I can tell you. Every little twitch. There's a nice hit. This time it was too hot to handle at first base. The runner's coming round from second to score. And we're seeing the runner move to third base. And nice piece of batting by Fuimaono, who is safe at first base. And Ramblers are now opening up this ball game. Still runners on the corner, none out. They've scored 2 runs in this inning and now lead the ball game by 3-0.
Yeah, nice piece of fielding in right field there as well. Didn't muck around with the ball, which is a cardinal sin. I was watching in one of the previous games, the outfielder and the right fielder was just mucking around with the ball. So the golden rule is get the ball in. Yeah,
get it up, get it in the air. Yeah. Can't do anything defensively when you've got runners in motion until that ball comes back into the diamond.
Yeah, and always keep the ball in front of the runner. Don't chase it.
Well, very hard hit down the first base line there. It was too hot for the first base fielder to handle. This time it's a wild pitch that nearly gives up the run. Probably not a bad idea to stay out there. You've got none down. You've got runners in motion. You're batting well. Good comeback, Rihanna Hill. First time we've seen either of the pitchers under enormous pressure. She's pitched pretty well, but Ramblers have just upped the level. Good teams can do that.
Yeah, it looks like for Marist now, they just need to slow it down a little bit, breathe, look for a ground ball, hold the runners, and take the outs.
Yeah, keep that low in the zone. Try and get it on the ground and try back your fielders to do the job. Might be just guilty of hanging a few too long in the middle of the zone. Good batters will notice that that's happening and take advantage of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice comeback. So far, good duel here between batter and pitcher.
Yeah, just missing high in the zone there. But good pitch batting, nice and relaxed. She's breathing, so just needs to clear the head and load the bat. She's ready to go.
Number 1, Alia Hinadi in the batter's box doing the job for Ramblers right now. This one comes down the middle. She's hit it hard. It's gone through second base. It's going to score 1. Rounds third to come home. It's going to score 2. And the good batting for Ramblers continues. 2 more coming to score. That's 4 in the innings and 5-0. And they are really busting this game open now.
Yeah, great piece of batting. And we talked about getting that ground ball.
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate she had hit it so hard. Went right through second base.
Yeah, she got it right out of the middle of the bat. Sometimes they go straight to the fielder and sometimes they don't. You just got to wave them past. That's an interesting set of circumstances for the Marist team. You know, I don't see anyone warming up over there yet, but you kind of wonder how long they'll leave her out there. There's someone heading out there just as I said it. Yep, you kind of wonder how long they're going to leave her out there to cook, so to speak, as Ramblers continue to go to work. Because up until this inning, she had been doing a very good job to contain what is obviously a very strong and powerful batting lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tui Mavavi out there batting for Ramblers. Marist United desperate for an out.
It's a very lonely place when you're in the middle and you're getting a few of those hits. You're trying your best, trying to get the team a ground ball, and the girls are trying for it. So it was a nice play, but Corey Batts was just dived over top of that ball before.
Yeah,
the effort's there.
And we got a drop third strike. The batter's out. But not before the runner runs to a second base. Finally, 1 down, just breaks up that streak. That'll bring to bat number 13, Jessie Jackson. I just wondered if maybe the coaches might intervene and just have a little bit of a cordial out there with their athletes, but not showing any signs of that either. So,
no, and there's a nice piece of batting there by Jessie, just trying to drop that bunt, get them thinking again. There's a runner on 2, so what she's trying to do is just in the 9th spot, just get on, move the runner around as well.
You can, Chris. Yeah, you can see the options that good hitting has given Donny. He can look to go short, he can look to go long, and it's the pressure he's applying to the Marist infield, especially, who you don't quite know what's coming.
No, that's right. And on that play, the runner's moved around to 3rd.
There's a nice pitch. See the batter just swing underneath that one.
It's shaping up to be a good battle, this one.
Yeah, taking it deep into account, hanging in there. This one's in the middle. She's hoisted it high in the air. There's only 1 down, remember, so we're going to see the runner go from 3rd base. And that's just a good professional piece of softball right there to score that runner.
Yeah, and that's all a coach can ask for as well. Fly ball to the outfield with the runner on 3. Yeah, there's your sacrifice, and then the runner came home on that.
Yeah, well, you've gone from them hammering runs in to a more traditional move the runner followed by a sacrifice play. This one's hit hard as that shortstop eats it up again, fires it across the diamond, and she is really having a day out there. 3 down now in the 4th innings, and that is 4 complete. But it's Ramblers that have really opened up the ball game. They now lead Marist United by 6 runs to 0. Big hill for Marist United to climb. We'll see what they can do when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're at Sorensen Field, Diamond 1 action, where Ramblers have really opened this ball game up there in the bottom of the fourth inning to the tune of 5 runs scored. That increased their lead from 1-0 to 6-0. I'm sure everybody can do the math, but Ramblers now leading the ball game by 6-0 over Marist United. Up to Marist now to really work those bats and get some bodies in motion, Chris, to try and stem the tide and influence the scoreboard themselves.
Yeah, and there's still, if they can get some runs here, it's still a lot of ball left.
Yeah.
But it's just a case of not panicking and get one run that can lead to 2 to 3 and get on a rally themselves.
Hit hard, straight to shortstop though. She vacuums that one up, fires it across the diamond for the first out. Jamie Hawani heads back to the dugout, first out. She will be replaced by number 35, Rihanna Hill, pitcher who actually took a bit of tap in that previous inning, but up until then she'd been doing a fine job.
New Zealand softball's not short of talented infielders at the moment, are they?
It's, I think some of the development programs, Chris, have been exceptional. Hutt Valley, absolutely exemplary in that respect. The amount of talent that is being pushed out of the Hutt Valley region and international squads and American college teams and things like that is phenomenal. Yeah. They seem to be leading the way, but equally teams like provinces like Canterbury would be another one as well. Development has been a priority across the country, particularly needed. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Particularly needed in pitching. In the girls' game. I think everybody would agree that we really do need to develop depth in pitching.
Yeah, and I think that showed, no disrespect to the New Zealand White Sox who were over in Australia recently, but I think that showed the difference between the Australians and the Japanese team and the New Zealand team.
Yeah.
But it comes with time, and there seems to be a lot of good resources that Softball New Zealand's putting into the game at the moment. I know Bex is really trying. She's pushing the tournaments, pushing the players.
Oh, none more so than their current battery coach, Dave Elder, who's all over the country. He pops up everywhere. Doing a great job, Dave. Nice throw across the diamond. This time it's third base to first base to take out the second of the batters for Marist United. Sky Weatherly, number 6, will be due up next. It's number 4. No, number 6 is out there, having a chat with the coach.
Yeah, and you can see the Ramblers as well. Looks like we've got a pitching change here. Not sure what happened there, whether that was an
might be
injury
planned. She certainly was dominating the United batters. Was Margaline Merckx, but they brought in a picture, number 17 by the look of it.
Yeah. Sian Masters.
Sian Masters comes in to pitch for Merckx, who was doing a great job. Donnie might have just thinking that possibly, Chris, that, keep Merckx fresh for later in the tournament. 6 runs is enough for their what might be their second string pitcher to come in and close out the game. I mean,
it must have been planned there. She just almost got the out and said, right, I'm done. Let's go. But that's a good thing about having runs. You get that confidence to be able to relax and try things.
I know,
come back into the game.
Pitchers do get an awful lot of confidence when they are defending leads.
Hello, Sian out there. She's got a bit of a smile. She's like, right, here we go. Let's go. I'll throw you the rice ball to finish there.
So it is Sian Masters comes in for Ramblers to do the pitching. She's done her warm-up, which was amazingly quick, because we do normally take a break during a pitcher break, but not this time. Like you say, she just got out there and quite calmly and relaxedly got on with her work. First pitch from the new pitcher. Fires one into the zone, and this is hard into foul territory down the third base line. Number 6, Sky Weatherly it is.
I like that. New pitcher into the game, and Sky just didn't muck around there. Saw it, smoked it.
Yeah,
foul.
If you can get aggressive and do what you do with the new pitcher and get on top of her early, something that they're all looking forward to doing, I suppose.
Yeah, well, for Marist, they need some runners. So if he can spark that up with a good double or a triple here, takes a bit of pressure off, because Ramblers obviously will be looking for one run to end the game when they go back into bat.
Michelle Fletcher, Steve Watkinson, the coaches for Marist. They will be looking, although Michelle Fletcher, she seems to coach from the batters from the dugout. But yeah, she is listed as the head coach of the team. Talking about legends of the game, there's a legend of the women's game right there.
Yeah, I don't know if you're noticing it, but I'm seeing a lot of former players now coming back and being involved. I don't sort of know too much about her if she's been around for a long time, but I'm just sort of seeing a lot of people now coming back, and the secret is if you ask them, they'll come.
Very, very talented pitcher for many years for the White Sox, Michelle Tangaroa, formerly, now Michelle Fletcher.
Okay, right, sorry.
I think the last name there will give it away. Of course, she is married to another legend of our game, mainly for one amazing hit, Isaac Fletcher.
I'm not sure he'll be stoked with that. One hit.
Well, I know you had many years, Isaac, and you're a great player, but I was there that night, and that was an incredible moment in our softball game, and you provided it. So I remember it. So thanks very much for the memory, mate.
Yeah, well, there's been a few sort of highlights and memories that the teams are creating today. So this week should be good. With all the cameras around the diamonds. Hopefully, Beyond the Dugout here can put a big package together.
Oh, and let's not forget that Beyond the Dugout are bringing you blow by blow, day by day, live action from Rosedale Park of the Men's Championship, which is also being played, and it started yesterday, actually. A few more teams involved in that one, so they've got an extra day. So good luck to Chopper and the crew for that one up there. But we've got some amazing sunshine and some great softball to look at down here. Or as Softball New Zealand with their new badging, Poiuka Aotearoa. Runner at one for Marist, Sky Weatherly. 2 down. Finally got the runner on. Completely different style of pitcher we've got out there now. She's obviously working it down in the zone and keeping it there. Very relaxed. Not the velocity of the previous pitcher. So maybe take the Marist players a little bit of time to get used to the change.
Yeah, she just looks comfortable. She looks relaxed. She knows her job. Just basically give the come in. You got 2 outs, getting out.
There's a nice hit, followed by a nice catch out at shortstop to end the innings. Christina Harris, the DP, who heads to the dugout. No score for Marist United in that innings, which means they go into the bottom of the 6th innings, trailing the ball game by 6-0. We'll be back. We'll see what happens and more action in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Sorensen Field at Fraser Park on a beautiful day. Little bit of a light breeze here, and it is Ramblers from Auckland taking on Marist United, also from Auckland. 6-0 it is to Ramblers, who did most of the damage in one innings when they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th innings. And it is all on Marist United to see what they can do, and it is a pitching change for them. Number 4, Christina Harris. She was the DP in the batting order, comes in to pitch for them. Straight away, a different style of pitching from this pitcher compared to Rihanna Hill, who she has just replaced on the diamond. Both teams now working with replacement pitchers. But it's good to see the teams can bring in replacement pitchers. And some of the teams you'll see will probably have 2, maybe 3 or even more pitchers.
Yeah, that's the one. And you've got to remember, day one, you don't win a tournament. You've got to get all your team involved. You need all the players ready to come in.
Yeah.
And then just sort of build the confidence and momentum.
Yeah, if you have the luxury of giving all your players game time, especially early in the tournament, like you say, Chris, definitely an advantage.
Yeah, and this is the ultimate tournament. This for me. I always believe the Club Nationals is a tournament you want to win, you want to play in.
Oh, yes, no doubt. I mean, anyone who knows softball, the peak of our provincial game, I suppose you'd call it, or our representative program was the NFC championships from a couple of weeks ago. Well, in terms of the players' minds, the one they do all like to win and be involved in as well is the Open Club Championship, men's and women's.
Yeah. And for me, it's a true test of a team. Sometimes the best teams actually win. Probably take that away from the men's game. Ramblers have gone on for 1 million titles in a row.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, it's something that it's not stacked with Black Sox or White Sox or whatever. It's just your calibre of team. So.
There's a fair sprinkling of them throughout the tournament, but you're right. They tend to be, a lot of players who don't necessarily raise their head at representative time, but are still good softballers.
Yeah. And
there were plenty of those of us around. There's a shot right through the 5-6 hole by Ramblers, number 18, Naomi Giacometti.
Yeah, and none out here with runners on 1 and 2. It'll be interesting what Donnie does. If he goes traditional bunt play here to move the runner to 3, to give him 2 opportunities to score the winning run to Mercy this game.
Yeah, Ruby Nola was out there at 2 with the runner safe at 1. And Alexia Lacatina up to bat for Ramblers, number 22.
He's got a clean-up hitter in there. Obviously, nice hit before, so Donnie looks like he's just trusting the hitters here.
Yeah, well, like you say, one run will get the job done. This is the bottom of the inning. The run-ahead rule will come into effect if they're 7 up at the bottom of the 5th innings, which is exactly where we are right now. So all on Marist United to try and prevent that from happening. This one is hoisted high. It's gone deep. It's gone back. It hits the fence. It's allowed to hit the fence. I think the sun has done it there. We see the runner come around to score, and that makes it 7-0 now. Usually you wait for confirmation from the umpires.
That was an outstanding hit to the fence.
Official scorer is just alerting Liam now. Yeah. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we go there, a 7-0, and that is the game. Chris, what an outstanding hit to finish the game.
Oh, she looked patient. She looked confident. And she had a nice, it was a nice hitter's count.
Yeah.
To work with. I think it was 2 balls, and she went with that pitch there. And just guided it out to left field.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ramblers who, in the end, make short work of this game. It was a great game up until the 4th innings where they opened it up to the tune of 5 runs. They march on. It's early in the tournament. Plenty of time for Marist to come back. I'm Gary Rohe for Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting, and would like to thank Chris Stephenson for joining me. Look forward to many more games during the tournament, Chris. But until then, we're finished for this one. Stay tuned. Be back in about an hour for the next game. We'll see you then.